Hump day. Good morning. Happy Wednesday. Oh, hope all y'all doing good. I got my lion mug, as usual. Customary delicious first sip, per usual. It's gonna be a good day. I forgot my fork. But I don't want to interrupt the video, so I'm just gonna suck it up and not touch this food until the end of the video when I can go get my fork and eat it, because I don't want 20 seconds of nothing happening while I go get this fork. Anyway, I might change my mind. I'm gonna go get my fork. Hold on. Alright, so that was what, 5 seconds of nothing? Oh man, I couldn't. I couldn't resist. I had to go get that damn fork because I'm so hungry and this food looks so good. 2 eggs, spinach, I got a pickle over here, and my 180 grams of beef. Man, that was funny. I'm probably gonna rewatch this so I can laugh at that moment. Anyway, so we're gonna do 2 things in today's episode. We're gonna go over my recent prep update, which I didn't really go into detail on Instagram, which I will, but I'm gonna go a little bit into the prep update, and we're gonna talk about digestion today. So I did a post yesterday about an issue that I was having that I troubleshooted, the digestive issue that I was having that I troubleshooted. And I want to talk about different strategies that you can utilize to also make sure that your digestive function is optimal. So this is how, okay, so let's go into the prep update first. So we hit a new low weight yesterday, 210.8. So that's a 1.2 pounds below the 212 limit. So we're getting a little bit more comfortably below, having a little bit more of a comfortable gap in terms of, when the time comes to weigh in, which is what we want. So that way we can carb up the way that we want to without having to worry about how that's going to affect me on the scale. So that's where we're at right now. I was just talking to my coach, Will Castillo, Prep by Will on Instagram. And as far as he's concerned, and as far as I'm concerned, we talked about it. I'm pretty much ready to go. Like if I went through a peak week protocol right now, I could be ready to go on stage this weekend, which is a damn good feeling. It's a damn good feeling. You can see it in my face. My cheekbones are more pronounced. So we had a high carb day yesterday. It went super well. I only gained 1.5 pounds after the high carb day, and I'm way tighter, way fuller. Glutes are in. We're ready to rock. We're ready to rock. So I'm really happy about that. Really excited. Now, the digestive issue I was having was that for the last 3 or 4 days, I've been waking up bloated and been bloated throughout the day. And then each subsequent day, it would get just a little bit worse. And I was holding water, a good amount. And it was very apparent in my lower midsection. I could just feel like a bubble there, like a little pooch. And I hated it. And each day it got more uncomfortable to see, to look at, to see, to feel. I wanted it gone. So I was trying to figure out what the issue was. So I started taking notes on my meals. I started looking at how much I weighed before and after each meal, how I felt going into a meal, and how I felt afterwards. My gym performance. What else? I kind of factored in energy, but my food is so low at this point that my energy is going to be shit regardless. Oh, and how it affected my bathroom trips. Peeing, pooping, my bowel movements, whatever term is less offensive or less disgusting to you. So I took notes on how all those things were affected, and I did that for 2 days. And once I realized that this bloat was an issue that wasn't going away. And what I concluded was that the last meal, the egg whites, was the culprit in my digestive problem. Now, how did I figure that out? Well, all the variables were in place in terms of feeling good after a meal, no digestive issues, blah, blah, blah. After every single meal, like I have 2 eggs with beef in meal 1, and I'm perfectly, like I eat this, I feel good afterwards, I'm perfectly fine. And all my other meals, I'm perfectly fine. But then when I eat that last meal, there is my biggest jump in weight from pre-meal to post-meal happens after my last one. So every other meal, when I eat, I would gain, anywhere from half a pound on the low end up to like 1.5 pounds on the high end. And then that last meal, it would be like a 2.5 pound jump. Then I would wake up in the morning and immediately have to use the bathroom, bowel movement, and not feel any emptier after I was done. So that is a sign of digestive issues. So we simply took the egg whites out. My meal 1, we duplicated it for meal 6, and I feel phenomenal. We actually dropped 6 pounds overnight. So I went from 216.6 the day before to 210.8 yesterday. And then I also barely gained any weight after yesterday's carb up. So the egg whites. And I've been eating egg whites the entire prep, but you get to a point where your body fat is so low that you become sensitive to things that you were not sensitive to before. Veggies is another thing. So this is where I'm going to start going into the digestive thing and ways that you can troubleshoot when you are having digestive problems, whether you're dieting, in a surplus, whatever. So I find that the main culprit, so first of all, the first thing you want to look at is how is your sleep, right? Is your sleep quality good? Because if your sleep quality is shit, then the chances of you experiencing digestive issues is a lot higher, regardless of what you're eating. So you want to ensure that your sleep quality is good, that your hydration is good. Are you drinking enough water? If you're shit at drinking water, you're probably going to have digestive issues. So those are the first 2 variables that you want to check off. After that, okay, those variables check out. I'm still having digestive issues. What's the problem? The first thing that I usually look at is eggs or egg whites. Pretty much every single prep I've ever done since I started bodybuilding in 2014, I always get to a point at some point during the prep where egg whites start to mess me up. Every single time. It just varies as to when. This is the longest I've gone in a prep while still eating egg whites before I started experiencing digestive issues. So that's good. The next culprit usually is whey protein. Funny enough, I haven't had to deal with any digestive issues regarding whey protein at all. I've had it the entire prep and I've never had an issue. So that's interesting. But typically, I usually end up having issues with whey protein. I end up having to take it out. It is out right now, but not because of digestive issues. It's just from a satiation standpoint. Because I was eating the whey protein with the cream of rice, so now my food is, more solid, more substantial. So that way, my hunger satiation is a little bit higher. Then veggies. Do not change if you're dieting, either for contest prep or to lose weight or whatever. Do not suddenly start changing the vegetables that you are using. Almost always changing vegetables will cause indigestion, gas, bloating, all that stuff. So you want to keep your veggies constant. If you've been using spinach the whole prep, you use spinach the whole prep. Maybe you throw in some asparagus just to get a little bit of the extra water out, but for the most part, whatever you've been using constantly during your prep, you continue to use that. Once you've exhausted all of those strategies, now you can look to more supplemental solutions. So I do have a digestive aid that I take with each of my meals. I started doing about a month ago. That helps a lot. I have a GDA that I take with my 2 carb meals, or my 2 highest carb meals, my pre and post. And then on high carb days, I take it with every meal because all the carbs are high. Excuse me. And then I also take it's a powdered magnesium supplement called Natural Calm. Take 3 grams of it in water, stir, take a shot, and whenever I'm really hurting and really just need to get things moving, I'll take a shot of that and I'm good to go, ready to go. That stuff is magical. So definitely that's another thing that I highly recommend you keeping in your arsenal. And that should do it. Like if you have digestive issues beyond all of that, then there's something medically wrong, and I highly recommend seeing a professional to figure that out. But first, exhaust all the strategies that I just explained to you here. One of those will work, almost guaranteed. And if they don't, it's because there's something medically wrong, and you should go seek help from a medical professional. So I hope today's episode was helpful. We went into a little bit of the X's and O's of things for the first time, and I'm going to try and do more videos like that. I hope everybody is well. I hope everyone has a great Wednesday. Kill it today, and I will talk to you guys on Friday. All right, guys. Have a good one. Peace.